Royal Exchange. But our investigative team aren't here to be entertained by actors, just those who are said to haunt its maze of floors and corridors. We've been joined in the Northwest by regular medium David Wells and guest psychic Ian Shillitoe. And it was David who was first to see who remains within the walls of this beautiful building.
Anytime you do theatres, regardless of how old or how young they are, we seem to draw upon people who are a bit flamboyant. Theatrical. Mm-hmm. Yeah, theatrical's the right word. The problem I'm having with this one is this particular space is, whilst there's theatrical people, they don't seem like theatre people. Does that make any sense? Yeah. I think it's got something to do with things being in the wrong place. So sometimes spirit can see what they saw, and sometimes they catch a glimpse, in my perception certainly, of what we see. And when they sometimes see things that are wrong, not where they should be, or don't suit their reality, they throw. Do you know what I mean? So there can be poltergeist activity like that.
So poltergeist activity in here, things being thrown around.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can you pinpoint that to one particular person?
There are spirits moving around all the time, and there is one dominant one, and she's very matriarchal. And she might be one of those in-your-faces.
Oh God, I hate it. Right.
Sorry, but that's what they do, and that's how they appear to me. The face comes, and then it goes right past me. You know, so that's how it is.
And what did she do? What's her connection? Maybe not with the theatre, but you were talking about
theatre at all.
Before the theatre was here.
It's almost like she's running the place, but she's looking after people. She's keeping the place. It's almost like a housekeeper, you know. But it's much more business minded than that.
How old would you say? What are you looking over there for?
The lilies. I don't know whether she's giving me the lilies because there's a problem with them, or because that's her name. Lily.
Right.
Do you see what I mean?
When you say a problem with them, what do you mean? She doesn't like them, or they're not in the right place?
There's loads of things everything's not in the right place in her perception.
Yeah.
But Lily she's drawing me to them.
Right.
So maybe she touches them. I don't know. Maybe because it's her name.
And you definitely think it's Lily.
I wonder if people smell them. Maybe people smell them. But there is a lot of residuals. There's cows. We've got cows again. But the images of cows means markets. That's an image for me. So here's the symbol, a cow, it means market.
Okay.
So at some point it's been a market square, it's been a stock exchange, it's now a theatre, it's been...
I want to know, though, what it was when the lady upstairs was here and she's talking about her men.
Stock exchange.
Ah!
Looking after the men. I don't know if there is such a thing as... I guess there's a hierarchical system, and I suppose some of them were directors. Do you know what I mean? Some would have been more senior than others.
Yeah.
And I guess she may have looked after the senior ones in senior dining rooms. That kind of... So I just wonder if that was a senior dining room around there.
Now, centre stage, theatre in the round, fantastic.
It's an amazing theatre.
It's the best theatre I've ever been in. I just absolutely love it. Everything about it is brilliant.
You're right there, aren't you? I mean, as a performer,
It's here. You can't get closer, can you? It's really
fantastic.
good. Can you cut below all of that and maybe pick up on any activity or any spirit person that may be still here?
There is only, you know, and again, it's a problem with theatres. You get the man with the black hat in the gallery, don't you? You always get the man with the black hat in the gallery. And if anything, that's all I would get, would be a bit of interaction, people when they're here seeing a shadow, but it doesn't belong to theatre. I know we're in a theatre. I have felt nothing, I don't think, that feels theatrical.
There's been a long association with theatres and ghosts. Mm-hmm. Could the energy of the theatre be in some way empowering the paranormal activity in other parts of the building?
The first thing that comes to mind with me is the shape of this theatre is round. And if you have 700-800 people in a big circle shoving loads of energy into a space that doesn't go anywhere, it stays here. So anything that is here, any activity that is here is going to feed on it. That's what they feed on.
And with that, we thought we'd learned all there was to know about this building. But of course, it is still a working theatre, and one particular and very recent character was about to take us all by surprise. And it would prove to be someone who revelled in these glorious surroundings.
I have one character, and he's saying, I'm thinner now. So he's drawing attention to the fact he's lost weight.
Right.
Now
That's quite unusual.
that's unusual. Now, that says to me that that's a message. That is not a haunting. Well, it is a haunting, it's a presence. But that's a message either for someone who's going to see this show or someone in the crew, because that's a kind of, I'm all right now, look at me, I am slimmer.
Sorry, you're saying that this is a message maybe for the crew or someone watching the show?
This is a recent death. I don't think it's associated with any of the crew, because I kind of know a lot of the crew's astrals if they pop in.
So somebody who died here, we're not talking about associated with the theatre, maybe who would have worked here or visited here a lot, and he died recently, and a name?
It's a James or John, then I guess normally it's James or John. But he's very, he's a lovely man. He's a lovely, lovely man. Flamboyant, I would say. He's saying he prefer the expression good taste.
So you're talking in the last couple of years?
I don't know really. The number I got was 10, so the last 10 years.
In the last 10 years?
Maybe, yeah.
Okay. And what did he die from?
It's either cancer or it's a heart complaint. It's those kind of things. It doesn't feel like an accidental death. It doesn't feel like a murder or anything gruesome. It's a natural death.
But obviously he loved this place, because that's why he's visiting. Right. He's aware of you, obviously. Could you ask him to maybe knock on something, or just so that we all know he's here?
I could ask him. He's laughing.
Is he?
Yeah, he's laughing.
I know he's laughing, but if oh my God!
It's a bang.
I'd ask him to do it again.
If that was you, James, could you do it?
Oh. Stand still. Ask him to do it.
Could you do it twice for us?
Yeah.
It's gone really drafty round.
It's
I know
drafty.
we've got the door open, so that could be what it is, but it's gone really drafty round.
He's very on me.
Can you ask him if he can stay with us tonight and help us out?
I don't need to ask him. You've
I've
asked
asked him.
Yeah, and he's fine with that.
Is he? Can you just knock for us?
It's here.
Is it?
It's there. The noise is coming from there.
Look, stand still now.
Can
you do it again for us?
Yeah.
Did you get it, John? Could you do it twice for us again, please? I'm really sorry to ask. I don't know if this is... I'm going to pass these messages on, because when you get a connection like this, it's really good fun for me, because it's not the sort of normal stuff I do. But he said anything for a blonde. Now, I don't know if that's you or me.
Oh, no, it could be both.
Anything for a blonde.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Will you stay with us for the rest of the night? Please knock again, if you will. Yeah.
There's one there.
Oh, please stay with us.
So thanks to David, we know that a man called either James or John, who passed in the last decade, is still very much part of this theatre's fabric. And this was information that we were soon able to elaborate on.
If it is the person I'm thinking it is, and all the kind of information seemed to tie in, it was a very, very dear friend of mine who died about 10 years ago, and he helped found this theatre. Was very supportive to me as a young man, and he had that was his sense of humour. That kind of, he would have laughed to be asked to tap, and he was a very warm, very celebratory man.
James Maxwell was not only a well-respected television and film actor for over 30 years,